Welcome back. Hope you have managed to get a little bit of refreshment for the second half. So, Cyric, can I get you to roll a perception check, please, as you stroll down the street? Now, I've used a street that we've used before, but just because it's a night scene in Neverwinter, so don't worry. It's not actually the same street.
A total of 25.
This is Cyric walks down Crime Alley.
Yes. Why are you in Crime Alley? So, probably fairly early on in your walk. It's maybe the back of midnight or something like that. And you're not paying much attention, but you naturally, the way when people's minds are wandering, you start following someone in them. Not creepy following them, but because your mind's wandering, it's just a path to take, and you don't have to think about it even more. And you're following probably a couple of women giggling. They've come out of a local inn, and they're making their way home and sort of gossiping and sort of teasing each other of what's happened. And you see as they turn around a corner, and you lose sight of them for a while, and you hear a scream. What do you do?
I will run off to see where the sound came from.
You run up to the corner, which is only about 30 feet from where you were, and about 20 feet in front of you, you see the two young women scared, continuing to scream, and they are surrounded by three creatures, but about 4.5, 5 feet tall, vaguely humanoid, furred, but with quite bestial faces.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't like this.
Oh no. Oh no.
Quite bestial faces, you say?
Oh.
The icons are on the thing.
I thought it was something worse.
No.
I'll make one of them big so you can see.
Whoa, I see.
Yeah.
What are those? That's interesting.
They almost look like angry large plumpets to you.
Oh.
Cyric unlocks his jaw.
Yeah. Like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat.
And they seem to be menacing the young women for coin or something like that. It seems to be a good old fashioned mugging.
Good old fashioned mugging.
I think that before anything actually can happen, I will use a spell called Hypnotic Pattern on them.
Okay.
This is the start of every John Woo movie ever, by the way. Where are the doves flying in the back? Cyric catches the dove and eats it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
dives round the corner with dual Colt 45s.
yeah.
Yeah, it's dual rods of the whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, his middle name is John Wick.
Yes.
Sorry.
Cyric.
So you cast
Baba Yaga.
Hypnotic Pattern. Explain what Hypnotic Pattern looks like when Cyric casts it.
So, it, he makes some hand gestures, and within a 30-foot cube, some patterns of exploding colors, and, mostly just strange signs written in the yuan-ti language will appear before them, and they all will have to make a, let's see, a wisdom saving throw, or they will
DC?
19.
Dang.
Sorry, I'm just looking what their wisdom is.
With the suspense sound. Clickety click.
Yeah. First one is a 6. The second one is a 19. It rolled a natural 19 because they roll it plus 0.
I see.
And then that is an 11 and an 18. So, and the 2 young women are in this as well. So they all the 2 young women and 3 of the 4 creatures seem to be taken over by your spell. And at that point, I need you to roll initiative.
Oh, the sort of Cyric the crime fighter.
Well, that's a 7.
Maybe not.
Okay. The Weir Rat rolled a 17 plus 2, 19.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see how stupid this thing is or not. Natural 20. It hisses at you, and it says to you, you don't want to be messing with a Dead Rats Thieves Guild. Just fuck off.
Is that so?
And it takes its action to shake one of the other ones out of its stupor, and then tells it, get the others. But it doesn't have a turn this time, so it's back to you again. So there's now 2 of them that are awake, and it's told its companion to rouse the other 2.
I see. Well, I will...
I like to think that Cyric says, I see.
There's about 20 feet between you at the moment.
Okay, so the one that's just been woken up will find 2 Eldritch Blasts flying towards him.
Absolutely.
Time to make that name accurate.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's a 19 on the first.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, absolutely, that hits.
The second one's a 27.
Damn.
Both of those hit. Roll your damage.
So the first one's a 13. The second one is a 15. So 28 total.
28 total. You see as your Eldritch Blast lands into it, and with that, you actually sort of blow off one of its arms at the elbow. It's incredibly badly injured. It's still alive and holding on to things, but it is like, it was having this lovely, beautiful dream with the hypnotic patterns and shaken awake, and then instantly most of its life has been taken awy.
Before the action happened, there was like a really ridiculously fat scene of slow motion with Cyric at Cyric's back while his cloak is flapping. His cloak's just flapping. He's just doing nothing. He's that guy.
Yeah. And like, there's just enough like light to just sort of give out his silhouette.
That's it. Yeah. Dope. This looks great up here, by the way.
This entire scene is being played out in the shadows.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just see the silhouettes on the brick wall.
It's also a little bit like Sin City. Yeah, it's all black and white apart from splashes of red where there's blood.
And Cyric's skin is...
And Cyric's Eldritch Blasts as well are full colour.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. It's just... it's beautiful. And, during this entire time, Cyric has some strange inner monologue with himself.
Can we hear it?
Yeah. What does Cyric think?
Yeah, you can hear it, absolutely, yeah. Superb. The first one goes, you're going to be dead now.
Oh.
And it comes up to you and it swings at you with a short sword. Gets a natural 2, so misses you. You manage to sort of duck to the side and it just sort of stabs a bit at your cloak. As it does, it also then goes to bite you. and that is 17 to hit.
Oh, no, that's a miss.
Oh crap! No.
Nice. Yeah, he's distracted, looking over his shoulder at his companion, who then shakes a third one back awake. There we go. It is back to yourself again.
Well, I will proceed with using. Oh, there is a guy right in front of me right now.
There's a guy in melee combat with you. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so remind me again how magic plays out when it's close.
If you're using a ranged combat spell like Eldritch Blast, you roll at disadvantage.
Oh yeah. Very well. I will. Well, just for the sake of it, I will use a bonus action to cast Misty Step, so I will get away from it.
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. Not a problem at all. Eldritch Blast them from a distance.
Yeah, we'll attempt to finish off the one that I.
Yeah, roll the first one, and if it hits, roll the damage, and then you can choose what to do with the second one, depending on what happens.
That's a 30 to hit.
Yes, a 30 hits.
Okay, and so that's a 14.
Yeah, the first one you injured is now dead, as the Dead Rats Thieves Guild it represents. I think you blow its other arm off at the shoulder, and it's just falls to the ground flailing with sort of blood pouring out of his two sort of bits of arm.
That blood just covers the wall.
This is literally the coolest Cirque has ever been, and no one's going to be there to see it.
Yeah. I killed the rat creatures. Yeah, whatever.
No one will find out about this.
No one will find out about this. God damn it.
And then he will proceed to attempt to finish off the one that he's being attacked by.
The one that's right next to him. Yep, not a problem.
It's okay. Scale's just gonna watch the recap on YouTube, so she'll find out.
I see. No, that's a 23 to hit.
At 23 hits.
Cirque is going to become like an urban legend.
No, yeah, he's going to be like the vigilante. He's going to be the Snakeman.
Yeah.
I can see him turning into Punisher.
Oh yeah. Rorschach.
That's a was it 13? No, 11. Sorry, 11 damage.
Yep, does. It's not quite as forceful as your first attack on the other one, but it certainly does a significant amount of damage to it. The third one will rouse the fourth one out of its stupor, and then it's going to move up into combat with you, but can't take any other actions. And the first one is going to attack you. Short sword is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Last night the Punisher struck again. He turned into a scaly bear, man. He killed them all. Damn.
Damn, fucking Punisher's punishing.
5 points of piercing damage.
He will regret doing that. I want to use a reaction. I'm going to use a 3rd level Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, nice!
The fuck?
So he will have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Snakeman commeth.
4.
That's a fail. So 3d10s.
Yeah, 3d10s.
Damn.
Oh
Wait, is it 3rd level you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be 4d10s then. Because the first level spell is just a 2d10.
Oh yeah, 3, 4. Yep.
Oh my god. Pillar of fucking flame, this poor rat creature. Well, not poor rat creature, but yeah.
We'll see how he flavors it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So 4d10s.
I have approximate knowledge of many things.
First is a 10. Second is a 7.
I'm just surprised you know what 4th level spells are.
5. So 22. 26. So 26 plus What is it?
I think it's
Yeah.
dead.
Do you get? I don't know if
Yeah.
you get pluses on the Helix Rebuke. Do you?
You might get
It's-
You
your
don't
spell.
add. You don't add any of your.
No, it's
Well,
just
I
the
don't.
flat dice
Okay.
rolls on Helix Rebuke.
I think
see.
he gets a
20
vigilante bonus.
Oh yeah.
No,
No, it's
26.
yeah. No, 26.
It's got 1 hit point.
Oh,
Still up?
One.
Ah.
Oh
It's got
my
1.
god.
That would have been such a sweet kill shot. And that was only a reaction, so that's dope.
That's only a reaction.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
like
fine.
you can see the fear of its eyes, and it's got that creature's instinct of like it's still going to bite you, but it's more now out of fear rather than I'm going to kill you because I'm
gonna
in
bite you.
charge here.
One of the rats
It's obviously
touched
pretty.
him.
Oh no, I rolled that beforehand. It was a 21 to hit.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
a hit.
first.
It's a hit.
One of the rats, they just touched him with his sword and he went up in fucking flames, man.
I'm gonna bite you.
The
You
burning
get
husk of a creature.
another 5 points of piercing damage,
Yeah.
and I need you to make a DC 11 con save.
Is it poison?
Yeah.
Is he immune to that?
Good.
It is not poison.
It is
he's
rabies.
11. Con save.
Correct.
Well, 17.
Oh,
Okay. Nothing happens.
just immune against their poisons and stuff, man.
Yeah, it's back to your turn again, sir. Oh no, sorry. That one is going to actually no. That one, when he bites you, is going to back off and run away. Going, I'm gonna tell the boss about you.
Action is gone. Can't do anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, it was a well spent
When
reaction.
When
What?
Rolsk finds out, you'll be fucking dead. And he runs off down the street.
Can I still see him?
Yeah,
Or how far
probably.
did he get?
30 feet.
Is
Yeah,
this the
probably 30 feet.
Yeah.
is this the 1 HP one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably say he's probably got a bit of cover. He's gone somewhere with a bit of cover, so it'll be harder to hit.
You can move
No,
too,
I
though.
was thinking of. Yeah,
He's
I'm
still,
going-
you're still in combat with one of them. So there's
Yeah.
3 left. There's one on you, one that's run away that's incredibly badly injured, and another one that's 20 feet away from you.
Okay, so I'm going to. He has some cover. Did you say the one that's
No one left alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him go. So I'm going to see if I can hit him.
Man, the bodies, they just hit the floor, man.
Does a 19
Bodies hit the
hit?
floor. Let the
And then
bodies hit
it doesn't, but you think it's because of the cover.
I will try another one then.
Come on.
That's a 23.
That does hit, and you don't need to roll damage because he has 1 hit point.
That's good.
Man.
All right, so
There's so many one-liner opportunities here. My God.
Yeah.
So the other 2 are now both on you. So they both attack you with their short swords. Both looking a bit unsure. As they didn't think this. One, oh you fucker! Double natural ones.
Oh! They couldn't even hit him, man. He was like a ghost. They just everything missed him, man.
do you know what the best part is?
What?
The people that could witness this are still under the influence of
Yes, they're both
Oh,
not
hypnotic patterns
toxic
that they
patterns,
don't-
and nobody has witnessed this at all.
They could be some
Not even the
urchins.
girls.
Yeah.
Could be some urchins, maybe. I don't know. People in their windows.
They roll better on their bites, so that's a 16 plus 4, which is a 20, and a 19 plus 4, which is a 23.
Yes. So both of them hits.
I need you to make 2 DC 11 con saves.
Yes. First one's a 23. Second one is that's a nat 1.
Ah, no.
Okay.
But this isn't a magical effect. No, it's just a conditional.
It's not a magical effect, no. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
And that's their go over.
Oh, I see. Very well. So
make an insight check.
insight. That's a 14.
Okay, you don't seem to. It's a fight. You don't really seem to notice much.
Yeah, okay.
Your go.
Very well. I will use another Misty Step to get away from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I will also take some movement so I can get some further distance. And then I will, do what Sirik does. So, 2 more TIE fighters.
Yeah, these screams, man. Yeah, the screams, and they just die.
28 on the first, and the second one is a 30. So,
yeah, both of those hit.
The first one is a 9. The second one is a 14. So 9 and 14.
Okay, you take that one down. This one was a slightly weaker one, so that one actually. I don't, with these sorts of things, I don't just take average rolls. I usually roll them, so this was a slightly underpowered one.
That's good.
Make an intimidate check. Let's see how this thing. This is just to set a DC to see how intimidated it is.
It's pretty fucking freaked out.
That's I'm not going to use an intimidation, the skill. Just
no, do because that's what I asked you to do. I'm not.
Okay,
it's not you making. This is just for me to set a DC to see how freaked out this thing is.
Oh, then that's 23.
He's gauging how intimidating you are.
Yes, this is to gauge how intimidating. So it's not an action. It's not something costing you anything. It's just, they've gone up for a little bit of sort of larceny, a little bit of a wee nice easy mugging, and they've been attacked by a crazy fucking spellcasting snake creature who's killed 3 of his pals. And at that, and because you've Misty stepped away, there's quite a distance with you. He just goes, "You will be hearing from us again. Rolsk will not be happy that you have interfered here."
Can I give Sirik a line?
Absolutely, you absolutely can.
Consider your treaty ratified.
Oh,
sorry, I can't help it. It's so good.
Was horrible. So, how far away from me is that one?
It has run. It's used its action to run away, and it's dashed, and it's now out of your line of sight in the wee twisty streets. And silence once more reigns. You're out of initiative, and there are 2 hypnotized young women in the street in front of you.
Time for the true reward.
First, I want to see if they had anything special on them.
He's gonna rob them himself.
Not the ladies, the rats.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
That's my loot.
I mean, does Sirik count virtue? No.
He does not.
I'm joking. What do they have on them? Each of them has some filthy robes, a short sword each, just a very piecemeal, and a small hand crossbow each. Again, not very good quality workmanship. And they also have what would they have? Some sort of token of the Dead Rats Guild, which I've not decided what it is yet.
It's a cheese wheel with the seal of a rat.
No, they couldn't resist it. They would eat it.
That's true. It's a golden cheese wheel.
I think they would eat it.
I'm just gonna say it's actually a small pendant, and it's just like a stylized rat carved on a wee sort of oblong of wood. Again, fairly rough, but it's obviously some sort of indicator of their guild that they told you about.
I see.
Just here, it kind of looks like the hanging sign of a restaurant.
Oh, well, he just picks up one of them and pockets it and walks past the ladies and snaps his finger again to see if he can shake them out of it. I don't know if he can just end it himself or...
Can there be...
Yeah, all it says is you take an action to rouse them out of your state is the way the spell's done, so that's perfectly fine.
Can there be, as he's like turning the corner and back into the mists of the Neverwinter Night, can there be a single orphan child who fucking saw everything? Yeah. But no one will believe his story. It's too fantastical.
No.
He's just like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The camera definitely pans in as the scene closes on the child.
Yes.
Like,
Wonderful.
So
And
good.
I just want to ask, how does the two merry ladies react when they see
so you
a bunch of harmless rats?
and I think they come like, oh, and then they sort of see you in your face because they're not used to yuan-ti. They're like, no, don't hurt us.
Well, and to that, Cyric has to be even more Batman, and he uses his last Misty Step to get up on the roof.
Make a stealth check. Let's see how.
And that's a 21.
That's fine. You're super. And they sort of, they look like for a second confused, look around, see the corpses of the people that had been threatening them, and then they just leg it off down the street.
Yay!
That was great.
Oh my god.
Sirius stands there. How the fuck do I get down?
Shit. Eventually we'll come to that. So, no, he looks at the brooch and ponders a bit, thinking that this could be interesting. And then he, sees if he can get down from this place as soon as everybody's left. And hopefully the little orphan child has not seen him being on the roof, just being stuck here, not knowing how to get down.
make a perception check.
My God.
That's Batman's problem, is he disappears into the shadows, but he has to wait until everyone leaves so he can get out of the shadows.
Yeah.
16.
I think as you're up there and you watching the women run away, you do see the orphan child sort of crawling out of another wee sort of nook and sort of looking about and scuttling away in the opposite direction.
That's good.
Could just turn into something that flies.
Cyric is more of a showman than I ever gave him credit for.
Yeah. Damn.
I know Cyric can't
I
because he's not high enough level druid to have flying wild shapes.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
He's obviously used his spell. I mean, he can turn into a flying shape with polymorph when he's able to cast that, but
yeah, but not for now. And he doesn't have it prepared already.
But you can. So. It's not a massive thing. So over time, you carefully climb down and
You just turn into a
make your way
cat.
back.
Wonderful. Well, then he heads back to the... I think that's enough fun for one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, you found your Joker card as well.
I
Okay,
did.
so you're going to the tavern.
Mara and Garvin and Cyric are at the tavern. As far as I understand it, Scale and Alton are on the boat.
Mm-hmm. I would like for just at some point as Alton's heading back towards the boat, just to sort of just see Cyric and hi Cyric, and just keep going.
Hello, Alton.
Yeah.
No
questions.
and Mara's just trying to feed Garvin.
He's asleep. Goddamn.
No, you put him to bed. He's just passed
Oh
out.
yeah. Oh shit. He'll have to suffer for that tomorrow. Never mind. Mara's eating and drinking.
Suffer. He's He got poison resistance. He's all good.
I think you get a little bit of sort of cold cuts and some cold ham and cheese. It's late on. There's not, the chef's gone home. There's not really any food, but there's a little bit in the larder of some sort of thing. They managed to rouse a little bit before they go. So.
Well, Sirik sees if he can find a rat on his way.
I mean, you might have just got some burger meat off those were-rats,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, or you can gnaw on one of their arms that you blew off if you want. Just like eating it like a gigantic turkey leg.
Yeah.
Sirik's been to the Ren Fair.
You know what? Why not? That sounds appropriate, to be honest.
He walks into the tavern
Comes
holding
back
someone's hand.
dressed as a scribe.
So,
Hey, how's it going?
he comes into the tavern with the clean, chewed bone or arm.
Okay. As I say, the inn at this moment in time is sort of closed-ish. There's a sort of a night person for the rooms and such, but so there's not many people there to take note. Gives you an odd look, but gives you your keys to your room and off you go. And it is soon the next morning. Does anyone particularly want to get up early? Anyone want to have a long lie?
Oh, Sirik's a sleeper, so he
Mm-hmm.
he will see if he can sleep for as long as possible.
That's fine.
Mara will probably get up early to go to the temple to see whoever gets there first.
Okay.
Alton will be a bit tuckered out from using the high level spells last night, so he probably will be a little bit later than
That's fine.
He's usually
Mara will
quite
Do you
early.
want to do anything, or are you just sort of pottering around your boat, or do you have any tasks in the city?
Nothing in particular. I think she will go to the so there's the tower, and then there's like the overhang. It's like where the tower was, and is it like rocks beneath or water beneath?
Depending on the state of the tide, it is sort of at lower tide it's rocks, but from sort of mid tide to high tide, there's maybe sort of 10 or 12 feet of water there.
I guess she'll go out on low tide and do some just collecting of stuff.
Yeah,
when you go out on low tide and you're just like, ooh, shells.
Oh, a crab in a rock pool.
Oh,
It's remarkably sweet for scale.
Tide pooling. Ooh.
That's fine. That's not a
Ooh,
problem.
an
You can do that.
octopus.
Mara will also order hangover food for Garvin in like an hour or two. Up to the room.
That's fine. Lots of sausages and fried eggs and scrambled eggs and stuff like that. That's not a problem. You get that. Mark off that silver or something like that. That'll be enough.
Little do you know is that whenever Scale's actually out on the ocean and she comes across a reef that's on low tide, she'll just park the boat and go out tide pooling in the middle of the ocean. What did I find here?
Oh, look, there's some seagulls circling. I think there must be a wreck in that direction.
Oh, an abandoned chest.
Right. So, Mara, you do that, and your religion is a hard-working bunch. So there are a couple of priests on site. They're marshalling the people, and they seem to be. There seems to be not an animated discussion, not an argument, as you go over. And just before you sort of enter in, you hear confusion between the two priests and what turns out to be the foreman of the person doing the work. And it's the strangest thing, The carts were empty last night, and somebody's filled them with wreckage overnight. I'm not arguing; it's great. It saved us days of work. But it's very strange. And look here, someone's marked out "sorry" on the ground in stones. And that's sort of the end of the conversation you overhear and they turn around and sort of genuflect to you or whatever the appropriate thing for walking is.
Yes. Oh, thank you. They, Mara greets them as well. She'll just see the word "sorry" and she will know. Yeah, but they're still compiling, collecting the stuff. So I guess she will just supervise for a little, or whatever the word is. She'll watch for a little bit. Supervise, yeah. See, then ask around the priests, see how the money collecting is going, and the whatever ventures they may have.
So these are a couple of priests that you know, or know of. You don't know them very well. They're both sort of middle-aged human men. One of them called Bergel, and the other one called Sobal. Middle-ranking priests. They're not particularly ambitious. Their business ventures are passable for their
real
position,
middle
but-
management types.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have a pen pouch.
They're just in it for the expenses account and the kudos, you know.
Very Gale. Right then. So how have things been going?
Well, it is progressing as well as can be expected. They don't know really what to say to you. It still cannot really understand what has happened.
Well, the temple burned down. Don't really need to worry about that right now. What we really should worry about is just rebuilding it. Or, well, building a new temple.
It will take tens of thousands of gold to replace, and
Yep.
a lot of our records went up in smoke as well. The biggest difficulty we are finding is debt collection. All the records.
I know.
And they just sort of gesture of like, we
Yeah.
don't know who owes us money.
Yeah.
And even if we do, we can't prove it if they're being dicks about it.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that we really can do is say that we've cancelled all the debts. And if somebody feels inclined to repay or to help out with the building, then they should really help out. Joaquin knows their tally in the end, even if we don't have the numbers.
There are
That's
some.
such a good line.
We do have faithful who are being good, paying their dues, and more on top to help us. But there are always other people willing to take advantage of difficulties and profit themselves.
Of course.
It's a difficult one for a priest of Joaquin, as profit is what we're about. I'm kind of impressed and annoyed in equal measure.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, if they scam us out of money, then they will ultimately find that they will suffer for it in one way or the other. Even if we might not do it personally, then, as I said before, Joaquin knows their number.
Whilst we cannot do anything on a legal front, we are still taking notes so that we can ensure that there are extra tariffs with business dealings in the future with the individuals involved.
Yeah, of course. We shan't forget who was our friend and everybody else. Well then,
Indeed.
is
And
there
what
any
news of the Overgold?
Well,
I
currently,
believed you had left the city to go and rescue him.
no, another pressing matter came to my attention, but I have a new lead in our case to find the Overgold. A well-connected gentleman of the sea I'm going to meet and proffer some more. No, Scale, you're a lady.
I'm not there.
You pointed. No, never mind.
That's a weird thing to say out loud.
Scale?
No, Scale, you're a lady.
Scale?
Excuse me, I've been under a lot of stress lately.
Yeah.
And back to the scene.
Yeah. I'm going to meet a well-connected gentleman of the sea who has information that might help us in the search. Oh, well, he says he has helpful information. So, currently...
I mean, apologies for my inquest. I know it is not my place, but we're all missing the cantankerous old bastard, want truth be told.
And Mara will kind of seem... like, in a sense, she didn't like him either, but she also kind of agrees, because this isn't really where she wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, things... I shall endeavor to bring him back as soon as possible. After all, he has a job to do, as we all do. And I shall... Once this is done, I shall also seek other ventures. But that's then.
Well, yes. I mean, there are always opportunities with things like this. It is part of the tenets of our faith to look for the opportunity, profit in all.
Of course.
Have we the cloud with a silver lining, if not gold or platinum?
The office humor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen my stapler?
Oh no.
Schneider?
My stapler. Well then. Have we had any success in the new plans or missions? Orders I sent? I did send this to you like a while ago, so I don't know if it's...
Mm-hmm. Yes, things are in plan. I mean, obviously the first thing is to clear the site so we can then build, but the chief temple in Waterdeep is engaging an architect and sending them up to us, but they have not yet arrived. But I believe that the Overgold in Waterdeep has helped them to put initial plans in place that can then be, as in architectural plans, that then can be amended on site to fit the actual structure a bit more. But I don't know whether it's going to be like for like or a completely new building.
Well, to me, it's only really important that we have an impressive building. It might even be better to have a new one, not to try and recreate a glory, but create a new one.
Indeed. Is there anything further I can help you with?
No, I think unless other duties call me, I might try and help out and see if we can acquire further... I want to say commerce, but that's not the word. Further resources to build a temple.
I think at this moment in time, it's just money for the temple so they can buy the tradesmen's time and the wares that they need to build.
Of course. We haven't set any time for the group, right? We've all just waken up, so I guess...
No, you all just like fucked off in your own directions
Yeah.
and didn't say anything to each other at all.
Like true adults.
Yeah. Mara will scribble a note, and she will pay an urchin to give this to the Tollbooth Tavern. This should go with Garvis.
You'll know that you can get an acolyte to do that as well.
Okay.
You
You
can
also
still
know
pay
the
them if you want,
spell.
but yeah.
Yeah, but Garvin is sleeping. So, like, an acolyte goes to the Tollbooth
And
Tavern.
you also don't know that Cyric's in the same inn.
No,
That's true.
So Mara will send a note to go with Garvin's breakfast that she's helping out with the temple stuff.
Okay.
And so that's what she'll do. She'll wrangle merchants for money. And she
That's
will guilt trip the fuck out of them. Especially if anybody has, like, they owed us money, but now they're kind of getting out of the deal. then she will.
We'll come back to that, but keep that in mind, and we'll come back to that. So, as that time passes, we see sort of Mara sort of getting a list of the suspected sort of people taking advantage and setting off to go and visit them. The rest of you, anyone, the later, well, let's go to Scale first, because the other two of you said you were definitely going to sleep in. Anything particular, or are you just quite happy just to be left that you're just doing your bits and bobs on the foreshore, or
really
just making sure it doesn't matter?
She's really just seething that, like, we should have left yesterday.
And now they've all fucked off, and you don't know.
Now they've all just disappeared, and it's like, why was I even hired? Where does this group of people? They said this was super important, something about a missing religious leader, and now they're just chilling.
I like it. I like it indeed.
She I think her impression was we're gonna pull in, they were gonna go to the tower, drop it off, leave, and we're gonna leave again.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes total sense. Alton or Cyric, when you had your long lie, anything that either of you wish to do?
I think Cyric will just head for the boat.
Okay. I think when you get up and get ready and you go downstairs and you see a slightly dishevelled and pale-looking Garvin tucking into a monstrous pile of sausages, and he's got a sort of a weak ale to wash it all down, and he's sort of, "Oh, Cyric!" And then as soon as he says it so loud, he sort of holds his own head and goes, "Oh, by the hammers of Moradin, I have a hangover."
I can relate. No.
Cyric's never had a hangover in his life.
I don't. Yeah, hi, Garvin. Yeah, I can see how that might have happened.
I've had a note from Mara. She's helping with the temple. She's trying to rein in some debts. I'm going to go and try and find her, see if I can intimidate some fuckers into giving her money, I suppose.
We're the fucking mob now.
Casual, he says that.
Really?
Money or your kneecaps,
That's strange. Aren't we supposed to head for the Overgold as soon as possible? Maybe we should just find her and get her to the boat.
Fair enough. I can say, I've got this note, and he's just like, "Oh, you want?" And you can see this look of almost, right, you want to leave now. He looks at his face, and he sort of like, he just scoops it up under one arm, downs the beer, and sort of flicks an extra coin towards the thing, and "I'll take the plate if you don't mind," and he follows you outside. Sort of.
Here's the thing: he downs his beer, grabs his magical refilling beer mug in his other hand.
Yeah, but this is special breakfast beer. It's not as strong.
Like breakfast tea.
Yeah,
I love
That's
it.
interesting.
Like, all right, got my breakfast beer. Now it's my traveling beer.
He's a dwarf. He's like a beer for all the kids.
Oh, it's fantastic. He's great.
Yeah.
Never change, Garvin.
It's like food with the hobbits.
Yes.
Second tea.
Second breakfast.
Oh yeah, second breakfast. Yeah.
And 11sies. Yeah. So you quite quickly catch up with Mara as well. They sort of follow around. Alton, do you wish to awake at any point?
Yes, he will awake, and he will. He's on the boat at the moment, so he will go to essentially somewhere where he can easily access earthy, rich soil. So,
and I think when you get up and Waif and Stray actually point to Scale, and you can see her across the harbour round underneath the point where the tower is, and you do know that there's sort of bits of soil and things over there. Yeah, you might have to sort of chop up the tufty grass above it, but there seems to be sort of peaty soil there, because you can see maybe carvings of peat further along that people are taking the cuttings for the fires.
He'll thank them, and he will head over along he will sort of give a small wave to Scale as she's out in the shoreline.
She's got shells in her hair.
Cool. Looks good. Like Bull Derek. Is it all slow motion and stuff?
We have to Google that.
Oh, I'm old. Sorry.
You're also European.
Bull Derek is
Bull
American.
Derek's American.
Yeah. Anyway.
I got that reference.
Yeah, I know. What can I say? We're very, very old.
Oh.
There's more behind us
old
than ahead of
Derek.
us.
Yeah.
So he heads over and he just gets a top to the fuck is Bo Derek? Dan, look it up. So he gets some soil.
I see it now.
Oh, it's not one word.
What he's looking for is a sort of a, you know, when clay is when soil is essentially clay, where it's like close to the water source as well, so you'll get like a nice sort of thing. He will collect some of that in maybe shitty old sack that I presume he might have.
Tarzan.
And what he'll do is he'll go back to the ship, go up to the crow's nest.
Yep.
And he will essentially mold together a nest for Quill. So,
Okay.
So that's what
Absolutely, you
that's
can
what
do that.
he will be doing. Yeah, that's what he will be doing.
If you roll me, let's just call it a dexterity check. Straight dexterity check.
Just straight dex. That is a 16 total.
Okay. You seem to, with Quill's help as well, you seem to make a nice sort of nest that's sort of nice and snug for him to sit in.
Cool.
It's a good fit. It's like putting on for him, it's a good, it's like putting on a good fitting pair of shoes. That's how it feels to Quill. You can see him sort of quite nice.
I think Alton and him will just have a sort of a silent conversation for a while.
That's fine. Not a problem. Mara, Sirik and Garvin catch up to you probably after about an hour or so.
Okay.
Mara. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you are concerned about this, but we should really be getting to the boat now.
Yes, that is true. I guess that you will continue on this process, Barrigale?
Oh, sorry, they stayed behind because they were doing stuff at the actual temple. So you've gone on and done this on your own.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but you can say you've had that conversation before you left.
Sure.
And yeah, they've assured you that they know what they're meant to do and they will keep on doing it for you.
Right. So she will go to the boat.
Okay, you both get back to the boat. Alton seems to be up at the top of the mast with Quill, and from your perspective, Scale's nowhere to be seen.
Shit, did I want to buy something? Shit.
I think
minor purchases, you can just add it into your sheets and stuff and deduct.
I had an idea, but it's not important. She spent the time in other ways.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Scale had been keeping an eye on the boat during her venture, which is why she didn't go too far. So, seeing other people arrive, she will return to the boat with her new pet octopus.
On her head.
By pet octopus, it means she just stuck an octopus around her arm, and it's just like
Mine.
stays there if it stays there.
We'll know it's meant to be. She's got like a Roman parent.
Yeah. Like, you're either a pet or food. We'll see what happens.
Mara will consider property prices in Neverwinter.
Right, you're all here. Can we finally leave?
If we're done with everything, have we restocked with food for the trip?
Yes, I did that. The boys did that while we were in the tower.
Great. Then I guess we will go.
Right.
Unless
Yeah,
we're going.
Let's go.
We are going for that tiny marker island.
What was it called?
It should be in the letter that Mara has.
Mara will look expectantly as if she should know it, and then she will pull up paper. Let's see. I almost opened the Silken Wool letter.
He was the one who read it.
Mara, no, yeah, but we also said it. The Giant's Pinnacle.
Right, that's to the north. Northeast. Nope, northwest.
Yes, definitely not northeast. You'll find it difficult sailing northeast.
Yeah, Mara looks worried.
My brain didn't let me think that. I'm like,
Alton will have rolled his sleeves up, and he will be as if he's about to unanchor us, essentially. Not doing it.
Absolutely.
I think Waif and Stray are also on the pegs, but they're not pushing, waiting to see if Alton does it.
Eventually, Alton will just be holding onto the pegs going around.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going around with the capstan.
Yep.
Pulling out. Yeah, you are, and you're soon. On the map, the shipwreck was about here. Where I'm pinging. That was sort of where the shipwreck where you've been.
Aye.
And the Giant's Pinnacle is a sort of triangular sail between Neverwinter and Luskin over here.
Yep.
And it is, as you know, Scale, I think we've said this before, it is usually used as a visual navigation. Nobody goes there because it is literally just a few rocky crags sticking out of the ocean. There's absolutely fuck all there.
Is it like the Pirates of the Caribbean thing where it's like a big pile of shipwrecks and people are living in it?
No. It is basically the top of a subsea mountain, and so you're just getting the last sort of 100 or so feet of rocks. It's festooned in seabirds and stuff. It's there's a big sort of colony of gannets and such like, which I think sailors quite like to see.
It's a very common place for people to be like, all right,
it's a common thing to see, but nobody here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
So. If you want to roll me a d20.
First roll of my morning. 15.
One of those things.
All of them, actually.
Start off. True. Sorry, what was that again?
15.
15. So, as you set off, the weather is quite clear, a little bit windy, so there's a little bit of a chop on the water. Probably slightly more uncomfortable for those of you not accustomed, to the sea. No, by no means scale anything like a storm, but there's definitely a bit more of a sort of a wallow of the boat, and it's slightly off center the direction you're going, so like the back end keeps sort of being kicked, so it's uncomfortable for the rest of you. And Cyric and Garvin especially are like not happy being back on the boat again.
We're knocked
out. Garvin certainly stopped. Back to back at sat on the deck with the mast between them again, just talking in misery together.
Yeah. But I do think, just as an extra, I think Sir will attempt to at least train a bit to see if he can actually overcome this seasickness. Or
try to get his sea legs.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just make me a Constitution saving throw.
Can't save. That's 15.
Yeah, that's enough, because it's not as I say, it's not super stormy. I think that's enough that you just focus on it and are are better after a while. You sort of speak maybe to Scale and Waif and Stray about techniques of how to avoid seasickness.
If you look into the
and things.
middle distance, more on the horizon, where you're not really noticing the wobbling, kind of can keep your balance better like that.
Yeah.
I see.
Don't focus on right in front of you. More in the distance, you have stability in your line of sight. That's also how you fit car sickness.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, makes sense.
So, morning turns to afternoon. Afternoon turns to late afternoon to evening. Any conversations anyone's wishing to have by the day's travel? It continues. The weather doesn't change any particularly.
So, Mara, got any plans for your new boyfriend?
Oh, I don't know. He's too mysterious now to make any plans. I'll have to see. And I also need to gauge how big his ship is.
He's got 3.
He's got 3, yeah. I mean,
They're
I mean,
3
there's
galleons, like very impressive. Like honestly, some of the nicest ships for like an independent fleet, not owned by a city. Some of the nicest ships on the ocean.
So you're saying he's compensating?
No, he's. I think if he was compensating, he would have just one big one, but he's gonna spread himself out because
that
he's
is
got
true.
the authority to rule over two to 3 other captains.
That is true. And since he has ships from Luskan, then they're probably pretty good as well. I mean, we'll see what he says.
I'm just saying you should be prepared. He is sort of the high society of the ocean.
Oh, so
It is. Well, I've heard of him. He's very friendly, and in all honesty, we will probably be invited on board. So,
is he to be trusted?
Is anybody to be trusted?
Well, I mean, you said high society of the sea. I don't really know what that means.
Well, there's high society, like nobility and royals and very
course.
wealthy merchants. Put that on the ocean. That's that.
Oh, okay then. So then,
I mean,
as long as
so-
somebody knows where we're going, we're safe.
No.
Almost.
Just be careful. We're going to be on essentially in someone else's home where
Yeah.
he has complete authority over everything that happens and everybody that's there.
Can this ship outrun his?
No.
No. Well then, we shall be very courteous.
He also has many cannons and we can't outrun those.
Ah, yes. Right then.
So
do you wanna?
let's just not make a fool of ourselves.
Of course. Do you want to meet him as well? Seeing as he's high
Oh,
society.
he's
and-
gonna invite all of us. He's not gonna let an opportunity to not see these two.
Yeah.
In the background of their conversation, out of focus, Alton is talking to a fish.
Horned, vine-bearded Alton is talking to her.
Does he still have his vine beard?
Yes, he's still his beard is still lush ivy.
Cool. Alright.
Yeah.
That is definitely someone that anyone on the ocean is going to want to meet.
Yeah. Alton is starting to turn into like a miniature version of Poseidon.
He's going to be a tiny ent.
Yeah, tiny and
Harum.
Next up is bark skin, so be careful.
Sweet. AC.
Yeah. Sirik, do you mention your nighttime encounter to anybody, or is that...
Nope.
We
That's
need that
fine.
to be a weird Cyric thing.
I didn't think so, but I always want to double check.
I love that he's a superhero now.
yeah, he sits like on the side of the ship, looking out over the sea. Yeah. he sort of leans over the edge of the ship, like, when I get back there, those dead rats.
So, evening turns to night, and you all sort of turn in
Before
I had
before
one
that,
thing.
oh sorry, go ahead, Mar.
Mara was just going to approach Alton and tell him thank you.
The prince
don't
would
have
like
to
to know
keep-
for what.
You don't need to keep on apologizing, Alton. I know you feel guilty, but it's fine.
Well, I tried to do something to make me not feel guilty.
Hmm.
Eh.
Yeah, I know. But I'm telling you that it's fine. Don't worry about it. And sometimes it takes time for these type of emotions to go away.
Was it? It wasn't really me. The
No.
other guy.
The other guy? The drow?
Now the other me, not me.
What do you mean the other you?
The other you doesn't cast spells.
What do you mean the other you, Alton?
You know. And he like sort of makes his horns bigger,
Oh,
like illusion.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can do a minor illusion. That's no problem.
And it's,
Well, people lose control, Alton. Then we just need to learn to control ourselves. You know, it's just gonna point to Garvin. Like when he gets really, really drunk and he might stumble about or vomit.
And in the background, the same thing, the sort of out of focus in the background, the Garvin's like getting his never-ending mug out and just like... In Garvin's head, it's like, I feel a bit staggery. Maybe if I'm drunk, it'll just counteract itself.
Oh, it's getting more wavy, more beer.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, do you even know why it happens to you?
not really. Don't really understand a whole lot about it actually at all.
Yeah, I guess we'll try to figure it out. Do you have no idea at all? You don't even remember what happens during?
I remember flashes, but no, they're like somebody else's memories.
That's strange.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah. So, but you lose all sense of yourself. You don't remember or know anything.
No, here's another thing. I don't know if the other one can be trusted or not. I don't know if he's good or not.
Yeah. He doesn't... Well, he seems aggressive towards those that attack him, but he didn't attack us when he was sitting there on his throne.
He was sitting on a throne?
Well, he was sitting on a thing like it was a throne. And he had those algae things bowing to him.
Oh no. Oh.
Does that remind you of anything?
And then I think you'll see the Quill sort of completely reanimate in a almost like an usher of the prince sort of a way. And he was like, "Excuse, the prince would never expect anyone to bow to him. In fact, he feels quite uncomfortable regularly when it happens." And then you hear, "No."
Can I roll an insight on Alton?
Of course you can.
Because I'm so bad at insight. Let's see. As we scroll up all the spells. There it is. A 25.
What are you trying to determine?
It sounds like he is hiding something. Quill was too quick to find an excuse, and then Alton's own answer was kind of...
Okay, I have a question then, if
Okay.
Squid will allow. Are you trying to gain insight on Alton or on Quill?
Bum.
Who are you
Thanks.
reacting
Yeah,
to?
which one are you? Which one said something that made you want insight?
I was waiting
Basically,
for
which one are you scrutinizing for that
No, yeah.
response?
It's just he asked for Squid's approval, so I was waiting for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. You answer the question.
Okay. You know what? An insight Quill. Quill acted outside of the translator role.
The one thing I'll say to you, Dombro, before you answer, because I don't know the answer to this, is inciting a bird will be exceptionally difficult.
If anyone could do it.
For facial tics.
What I would say though,
doing all the tells.
however, what I would say though, at this stage, Mara does know the bird quite well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she would be, I mean, they're all would be kind of privy to the different tonalities and gesturing, the puppetry sort of thing. So what you would gain from that is, like the bird essentially was quite, he took offense at your statement, in defense of the prince that he, communicates for, essentially. Like, how dare you consider that?
Yeah.
That's what, because that was a really high roll.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I didn't mean to offend. I was only asking.
Alton just looks at you and shrugs like you didn't.
Yeah. Alton looks to Quill like, what are you talking? Well, we'll have to try and figure it out, Alton. But don't. Whenever you feel guilty about the temple, just come talk to me, because it is truly fine. I get to put a lot of people who don't want to work to actually go out and work, so I am truly happy about it.
Say that sentence again.
Did I say it wrong?
No, I'm
That
just trying to figure out what you were. Just say it again.
If ever you feel guilty about it, come and talk to me, because there's really no problem. Now I get to put a lot of people who doesn't really want to work to actually start doing work, and that makes me really happy. What she's trying to say is that, from her perspective, a lot of these like middlemen, they kind of just want to sit around by the water keg and do a lot of day to day. They shift the papers back and forward. But now she's kind of like, yeah, it was a good idea. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now she's really like, now you have to really, she pushes them out the door more than they probably might have been otherwise, or she might feel that they would otherwise.
Okay, so this is a concept of administration that Alton has no idea. So he is just looking at you sort of blankly. You send people to work and they don't want to work.
Well,
like soldiers.
No. Well, no. They die. No, well, it's hard to compare because the Stag Guard seems to live that life completely. But imagine if one of the Stag Guard
want to.
Yeah, but imagine if one of them would much rather sit around and eat cakes or jam.
Oh, I would love that. He would be with me all the time.
Okay, ignore this example. Imagine if it's hard to explain, Alton. Just some people take a job, but they would rather not do it. They would rather just sit and get in the money and not do
like
as much
Scale.
as they can. Don't say that to Scale. I don't think she would be happy if you said that to her.
Oh, well. Okay.
She works hard for her money. That's the idea that some people.
I wasn't okay. Mara, you're confusing sometimes.
I noticed that. Well, it almost feels like it ends here with that. Yeah, good talk. Bye.
Yeah, it's sort of like peace.
Yeah.
I've now got that Donna Summer track. She works hard for the money going on.
Scale inside in the captain's quarters, jogging on the spot.
She works hard for money.
Speaking of that night, Alton will go and knock on the quarters of Captain Scale's quarters.
Oop.
I've got something to show you.
Deal.
Jesus Christ.
I shut the door.
It goes larger when I.
Hold on. Did she shut the door? I can't hear you.
No, open the door. She opened the door.
Yeah, cool. So Alton will walk in and he will sort of go up to, I presume there's like a desk space there.
Yeah.
She puts her mask and
Desk,
stuff.
bed, chest, that's about it.
And he takes out the silver plate with the egg that rolling around it. He goes, finder's fee. And then he will say, thank you for your patience. And he will then leave.
She just stares at the executive toy that's sitting on her desk. It's like,
Yeah, that's absolutely all it is. It's like an executive toy.
it's like just like, yeah, she'll just put it in the corner. Like, all right.
So, it's almost time to end, and everyone goes to bed. And Cyril, you have a very odd dream.
I'm muting.
Yes. No interruptions.
Yeah.
Just enjoyment.
No. I think that we're going to end today just as you have this strange dream about scuttling around the boat, almost as though you're one of a rat.
As if I was a rat.
Yeah. And I think we just, the camera ends on a shot from your point of view in your dream. You're just scuttling along past Scale's door and going down towards the hold.
That's trippy. Yep. Absolutely.
So, I hope you've enjoyed everyone. We're not going to be running a game next week, but there may potentially be a one-shot, but we're not decided.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Keep it locked to the Twitter.
Might be Alantar, and Alantar. Adventure in Alantar Land. It's just a Rick and Morty fan dub of 5e. So get ready.
Yeah, but there's no Morty, so
it's Alantar.
Alantar is Rick. Alantar is Morty. Alantar is Pickle Rick.
Yeah.
Alantar is the whole family.
Alantar! No, sorry.
Oh, it's all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's let Jabber do the outro.
We will do a wrap up. There's nothing new. Wrap up done. We'd like to thank Levis Arcana, as always.
Yes.
Letting us put their name on our stuff.
And
Everybody. We had a lot of people here today. We had some activity in the chat. We had Dan Hobbs, who's just always just commenting, which we love.
He's a legend.
I saw Ridiculous Ninja in there for a bit. Nice to see you again. Hopefully we are entertaining, which is the goal of this and why we put it on the internet. So
I'm entertained, so I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much. This is for us, not for you.
Yeah. We're only doing this because we have to.
It's why it started genuinely, and if other people like it, it's great.
Yeah.
So, we, as Squid said, we will not be doing a canonical session of D&D next week. We may have something else. We may find if like 4 of us want to just play some video games. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
And yeah, other than that, we didn't really have any new things. There's some dude named Squidding resubbed, whatever.
What a jerk.
Yeah. He's never active in chat as well, so
Yeah.
kind of
But
suspicious.
yeah, if you,
Is
if you
he?
know any, as always, if you know anybody who wants to watch this, send
Let
them a
him
link.
know.
Yeah, we would love it if more
No.
people were entertained by us,
Yep.
as we are entertaining each other.
Word of mouth is strong.
Yeah, and then I think that is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Libus Arcana, use the code
Oh.
monthly for first month of a monthly subscription of dice, which is a pretty good deal. You get some sweet dice, and
Yeah.
you can feed that habit.
Definitely.
Okay, Dan has one question. I will
Yeah.
delay
no, we-
while he.
All right.
for the delay.
Lay it on us.
Do-do-do-do.
Please,
Ah,
Discord
jerk.
happening.
As soon as we want it to happen.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Jabber. If we don't have a one shot next week, you and I will
We'll
spend
do
a
that.
session setting up the Discord properly. There you go.
Yeah.
What's Discord?
Yeah, we'll find some time. I'll wake up sometime this week, maybe at a decent,
Yes.
or wake up at a decent hour and do something with it.
Well, if you do that during the week, then that's great.
Yeah, I'll mess around with stuff. So then, yeah, that'll happen. It's half set up. I started and then stopped. So it'll happen. Now that someone mentioned it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Been a week?
Wow. Yep.
Yeah,
See
that's
you
been a good week.
in 1 to 2 weeks. We should have like a closing catchphrase line. So we're gonna workshop that over the week, and then be able to say it at the end of every session.
Vape Nash.
So
Vape Nash, yo.
no.
Vape Nash,
Vape
Vape
Nash.
Nash, bro. Vape Nash.
I just
That
say
doesn't
have a
work
great-
for some of us.
No.
Alright, get us out of here before we.
See you later.
Swiggity swooty.
Next week.
Coming for that
Bye.